right, we got the Rogue Prince of Persia. Let's check it out.
Would you want to reinvent a legendary game series?
Legendary.
Of course you would, but you have to be ready to take some heavy blows, quite a lot of them in fact, and just keep on working. That's what happened to us when we made Evil Empire's first game, The Rogue Prince of Persia, and this is how it went. Back in 2020, after the success of our live ops work on Motion Twin's Dead Cells,
Dead Cells,
casual dinner,
not bad.
Someone from our team decided to go full pedal to the metal and just asked, why not take our knowledge from making Dead Cells and use it to make a 2D action platformer in the Prince of Persia series? And Ubisoft didn't say no. Obviously, we didn't make a deal right there and then, but after a few months, Ubisoft accepted our pitch, which was an action roguelike with 2D fast-paced combat, parkour movement, and a branching narrative. We were going to work on a Prince of Persia game. Call us boomers, but for us, that's a childhood dream come true.
So they went in a different direction.
Was the time rewind, the iconic mechanic that we all associate with Prince of Persia. We could make it happen in game, but it slowed down the fast gameplay too much, which just wasn't satisfying, and it tanked the performance in engine. As both developers and fans of the series, that was a tough pill to swallow, especially so early in the development process, but we had to move on. So for the next 2 years, the team focused on building a game centered around a 2D parkour system, seamlessly mixing responsive traversal and tight combat with a unique all-run mechanic. We basically ended up with the Sands of Time in 2D, which is pretty awesome. Then in May 2024, we're about to launch the game, and boom, the most anticipated action roguelike of the year drops right before us. That was a bit of a hit, but we couldn't do much about that, so we launched into early access on Steam a few weeks later, and there we had another hit. The immediate feedback was honest, direct, and not amazing. Players saw potential in the gameplay, they felt that the content lacked variety and depth, and if we're being honest, they were right. Others, well, let's just say they weren't fans of the art direction. We had actually wondered about this purple problem before. During a brainstorming session about skins, our art director had raised a seemingly innocent question.
That's why they got paper bags on them.
Purple won't be a problem. Huh? At the time, everyone told him no, he was overthinking it. Colors are cool, they're stylish, it adds a bit of fantasy. Well, now we all know how that turned out.
Straight middle finger. Yep.
But that's the nature of early access. You launch, you listen to player feedback, and then you adapt to create the best possible version of your vision. Even though player count was low, we still believed in the game. So we set up a battle plan, tackle all the content that the players thought were missing, while at the same time setting up something which is very rare in game development. A complete, top-to-bottom overhaul of the art direction. To give some context, our original inspiration for the art style was based on Persian miniatures, which are flat perspectives, stylized shapes, and bold and unexpected colors.
So y'all trying to go straight to the art
inspirations from the French graphic artist Moebius, such as clear lines, flat colors, and strong contrast between the foreground and the background. This led us to an art style that was too minimalist and too colorful for fans of both action roguelikes and Prince of Persia. It was our mistake, but since we could change it, we didn't waste any time. As we kept adding to the game's content through monthly updates, our artists got to work behind the scenes. So by November 2024, we had released 7 updates in 5 months. Adding tons of new enemies, a new biome, better progression systems, tripling a number of weapons, and improving the general traversal and combat game feel.
It kind of looks like Oni, just
then,
not,
in November, we dropped the second act update.
Doesn't have that dark,
or at least we tried to. To validate the release on Steam, a confirmation
I don't know what you call contrast with it.
Usually that's no big deal, but for some random reason, Steam refused to work unless a Spanish number was used. Don't ask us why. No hablo español. Everyone was panicking for a good couple of hours as we'd kind of hyped up this update, but luckily, we had a Spanish dev on the team. Hola. David became our hero, managing to unlock the situation late at night with his Spanish number. Since then, we have a slogan in the team: Steam doesn't like the French. Anyway, the art work we've been setting up for months was finally released, and the Prince left purple behind once and for all. And we also dropped 2 new biomes, 2 bosses, and a whole story. There was a lot of positive reaction to the changes, and we personally could see that the game was much, much better, even if we still weren't making huge waves. All that was missing now was polish and content. So since then, we have been improving everything that we can, getting ready for 1.0, where we'll finish the story and tighten.
Again, like I said, your game has to sell. Like like I said, this might be dating myself, but I come from an arcade game, perspective. Like, your presentation is literally everything you do with your game. Like, your game has to look presentable to like fans. You're supposed to be like, I want to play that game. I want to see that game. It has to be like quick and snappy. It has to be right to the point, straight to your eyes. Like, oh, woo, like, ooh, oh, I like that. Oh, what the hell is this? You know, can't be looking like
everything off with a bow.
half-ass.
And through all those problems and roadblocks, we've had a great community giving us a helping hand the whole way. Even when it was clear we had a ton of work to do,
even if you do in
the
the alpha,
feedback and encouragement. So a special shout out to you guys for sticking with us on our crazy journey. And that's the end of the story of the road Prince of Persia. We have no idea what to expect for 1.0 aside from us throwing a hell of a party because it's our first game we've ever released. But we can definitely say that we are proud of everything that we have done to get here. Here's a taste of the final result.
There's a lot of oh, kick motherfuckers into the explosion. Sick. Alright. I wonder if it's gonna be like the same Prince of Persia from before. Remember, we had a game similar to this. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work out for sure. Like I said, we've been through this before with the other Prince of Persia game. And yeah, we'll see. You shall see.